Hey guys, Sam Heck here. So you may have noticed things look a bit different in Azeroth right now, what with all the floating necropolis and Scourge running about. This is all part of the Scourge invasion event, and today's video is going to cover the most important bits and rewards that you can earn right now up until the release of Wrath Classic. You only have a week left, so let's get started. First off, you'll want to go to a major city and grab all of the quests available to you at the Argent Dawn camps that have been set up, like this quest here at the Argent Recruiter in Ironforge called Untitled Chapter. While you're in the city, you may encounter some Scourge, namely the Flame Shockers, which are very easy to kill, and the guards will also help you. They give a small bit of rep and have the chance to drop a necrotic rune, but you'll have to complete a quest first to receive these, which we'll talk about in a moment. Next, you're going to want to go to Wotlk Chapel in Eastern Plaguelands to hand in the quests you have telling you to come here, and pick up the new important ones, Under the Shadow, Shadows of Doom, and Chamber of Secrets. I say these are the important ones because there are other quests, even for non-70s, but these ones get into the meat of your rewards. I'll put 2 links in the description for you if you really want to dig into every available quest, but the video would be hours long if I covered them each in detail. So the quest Under the Shadow has you collect necrotic runes by killing mobs around necrotic shards. These necrotic shards can be found near the necropolis that spawn at invasion points at various locations across Azeroth. You can see which locations are under attack by looking on your map for these areas marked with a skull. You'll have to wander around the zone a bit and most likely to find where the necropolis is, so keep your eye on the sky as they spawn in more than one location in each zone. These spots are also going to have acolyte summoners around them after you defeat the shard by killing a bunch of mobs around it, and you can hand in necrotic runes to them to summon a Shadow of Doom. You must kill one of these for your Shadows of Doom quest. They drop 30 necrotic runes as a bundle that you will need to roll on if you're in a party. All of these mobs reward rep as well. I would mostly recommend getting a group to do this, otherwise you may be fighting for tags, and you may have difficulty killing the Shadow of Doom solo depending on your class and gear. Also, if you're on a PvP server, you could just get ganked and camped if you're alone, since these are prime farming areas. Get a group and make quick work of these quests and easy farm rep and runes. You can then hand in these quests for weapon consumables that make you stronger against undead, which is great for farming more runes and rep during the event, but also to save up for Wrath since there are so many undead mobs there. You can then, if you want, continue farming rep for the achievement The Argent Champion that will be available when Wrath launches, which gives you the same named title for being exalted with both the Argent Dawn and the new Argent Crusade. The necrotic runes can then be handed in to the quartermasters in the main cities. You can see all of the available rewards in the aforementioned links. It definitely rewards a bit of very reasonable gear for very little effort, especially if you are boosted or a brand new 70. The rewards are part of an undead slaying set, and the other pieces can be found on rare spawns in the Shadows of Doom that appear at the Necropolis shards. Next is TENRIS MIRKBLOOD of Karazhan. He drops the Arcanite Ripper, a very neat 2-hand axe that will be an upgrade for many, but also has an on-use effect that lets you play guitar for a few seconds, so it doubles as a flavor item. It is not obtainable once Wrath launches. He also drops a very cute little bat pet that will also not be obtainable after Wrath launches. Once you've killed him, you can go into his room and click on the scroll to complete the Chamber of Secrets quest. Don't forget to do this part that I absolutely forgot to do. You technically don't need to kill him if you can distract him long enough somehow to get inside and click the scroll, but killing both the first boss and him was doable for me with only 3 people, a Death Knight warrior and enhancement shaman. It was rough and required a lot of kiting and dying and running back in over and over, but should be super easy if you actually have a group of 5 or a real healer. Finally, I'll leave you with just some fun little flavor things that you can get. One thing that you might be able to pick up during this time is the Haunted Memento. which in retail well actually goes for 550,000 gold the last time I checked. It probably won't be worth that much for classic, but it is a limited time item that has a ghost follow you around, and it's pretty neat. They just drop from the mobs around the crystals under the necropolis that we mentioned before. The last thing is the quest A Desperate Alliance, which can be picked up from the Goblin Commoners in Shatrith and in odd places like Area 52. It has you talk to Bishop Lazaril or Grand Apothecary Petrus in Shatrith, and then pick up a quest depending on your race to deliver a special item to your main city. If you have a haunted memento, you will have a frozen shade talk to you through the chat box until you hand in the quest. It says all different kinds of funny things and really does not like the item you're holding. You just get a bit of rep and gold when you hand it in, but it's a neat bit of flavor and easy money. So that's the main things that you can still do for this next week during the Scourge Invasion event. Thanks so much for watching, and I hope you're all able to get done what you're working on before the launch. I'll see you next time in Northrend.